the sound of that. Of sugar and 20 calories per can, which is kind of a lot if you consider the size of the can. It's only 222 milliliters and 20 calories with 3 grams of sugar. For 222 milliliters. I feel like that's a lot, but whatever. It's a little treat because I don't drink much carbonated pop otherwise. I drink a lot of energy drinks, but like Coca-Cola and root beer, ginger ale and stuff like that, I don't drink too often. Oh, that's nice though. That's nice though. That was so ugly. Pretty good. Okay, so actually I'm gonna leave these on for right now. I just have some hyaluronic acid, or no, hydrogel caffeinated eye mask things on. So for eyes, for the first bit of content day, anyways, I'm not gonna do like heavy makeup. I'm going to use this eyeshadow and this eyeshadow and this eye glaze. The three of these combined are going to make it look like my eyes are just wet and teary. Actually, this is a eye foil, so it's obviously going to be sparkly, but this one is like a clear lip gloss for your eyes, and this one is kind of shimmery. It's like a brightening stick for underneath your eyes, so I'm going to wait a bit to put that on. These two, I'm excited about them. So it's kind of dirty because I've had like eyeliner, usually like a black eyeliner, and then put this on over top, so the tip of it has a little bit of the residue eyeliner on it, but it's fine, it'll work. So I'm literally it's just like lip gloss. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see it just yet. The only thing I don't love about using this product is I squint a lot, and I don't really know why I squint a lot. It's usually that like, what the F face, but like my eyes water a lot too, because my nose is like always running. And because of that, because of both of those things, like this being a gloss, it runs down into my eyes and burns. So I don't use it all that often. Okay, so that's on. this one here. The brand, I got both of these at Shoppers. This one, it was on like an end little kiosk thing. They have tons and tons and tons of colors, but I liked the clear ones. I don't wear eyeshadow all that often. Anyway, the brand is About Face. This one is by Lottie, and it is an eye foil. There's a YouTuber, why am I drawing a blank on her name right now? I watch her all the time. She does a lot of ASMR. Anyways, regardless, she uses this quite often, and it gives a similar wet look, because it's not like heavy on the sparkles. Well, it is right now until I spread it out. Gonna be real with you, that didn't work out exactly how I had in my brain, but it's doable. Okay. So I've got the clear gloss and the foil on. First, I'm going to find my black eyeliner. I just recently got a couple of these. They're the e.l.f. Smoky Coal liner. I have some liquid liners, but I don't really like it. I don't like the sharpness of it. It's like you have to be perfect with it, whereas coal and like the pencils, you have a little bit more breathing room and room for error. So right now I'm just doing my waterline, but I don't dry my waterline like a lot of girls do. I just kind of close my eyelids around the tip of the coal, kind of like that, and then smear it like back and forth, so it does top and bottom at the same time. And it's a little bit messy, like I said, and that's kind of on purpose. It's a lot of glitter on the end there. Oops, I didn't mean for it to be that messy though. Whatever. by Essence and Shoppers. And it gives you a glass skin effect. And it's called Baby God Glaze Balm Stick. I love the sound of like caps on stuff. Just like that. So it's not going to register, but I just saw this. I don't think it does all that much. But I saw it at the drugstore when I was in getting some other makeup, and I was like, you know what? Why not? It was like $3 or $4, which again for that size, not that great, but if you consider what you spend on makeup at Sephora, it's not that bad either. So I'm not gonna like smear that into my skin for it to absorb it. I'm just gonna kind of let it sit there. And then, yeah. Cool. So all of that foil that I just put on my eyes, it's all like sitting in the crease. That's not the look that we're going for. So I'm gonna see if putting a bit more on will help. Because I just wanted, that's the downside to liquid eyeshadows. Okay, whatever. I'll just try to keep my eyes like low. So, for the rest of my skin, I'm not gonna try to go too heavy with it, but I do need a little bit of contour. This stick is by Merit, and it's in the shade, oh, I'm using this wrong, this is bronzer. It's a bronzer balm by Merit, and it's in the shade Clay. So let's use it like bronzer then. And for contour, I've got CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer. And the shade on this one is Divine. Divine, not Divine. It's nice and really cool toned. I bought a really, really dark one as well. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a huge waste of money though. Okay, so my skin right now is so like dewy and I don't know, it's grippy. So it's like I didn't even have to put primer on. I just have so much like retinol and serum on my face that it kind of just primed itself. Oh, I do want a little bit more of I like to tiny little dip on the sides of my chin, and I like that spot too. Everywhere else though, like whatever. I'm just doing it because for content. Whereas if it was just like a regular work day and I wasn't doing any content, then I wouldn't really contour much. If you can't see and tell, I'm growing my hair out like a tiny little bit. I don't know how long that's gonna stay because it really, like, having hair just drives me nuts. But at the same time, like, I kind of miss, every now and then I miss having hair because there's so many cute hair clips and styles and stuff that I just miss it now and then. So I'm waiting to see how long I can go growing my hair out before I just totally lose my shit and shave it off again. Probably didn't do all that much, but whatever. We're here now. Then, for powder bronzer, actually, I'm gonna do a creamy blush first. So I've got the Road, whatever. It's the Road Pocket Blush in Toasted Teddy. And I don't really, especially right now because I'm doing like lighter around my eyes, except for the eyeliner, you know what I mean. I'm not doing like a heavy eyeshadow. Instead of going like here and then wrapping it up there with blush, I like to keep it like right here. Kind of like that, I think it's like après ski or something. because it's in a point. So it just comes out like that. And it's not, like heavy on the coloring, the pigment. It's nice. I also kind of prefer it because that day in Sephora, so I had a few different brow pencils like in my hands that I was kind of trying to decide on or decide between, and this was obviously one of them, but it was like a week or two after Christmas. I'm not going to use this spoolie though, because it's like a fat end and then a short little spoolie, and it's straight, so it's like harder to use. So instead, I'm going to use this one instead. These brushes that I got, because there's the angle point on the end for eyeliner or brows. The brand was called Envy, or at least that's what the little silicone like carry bag that they came in said. But they're pretty good quality. Like I would compare them to the Morphe ones. Yeah. Anyways, so when I was in Sephora and I was trying to decide between eyebrow pencils, I had a couple different of the liquid, kind of like the felt point brush with the liquid product on it. I had those like in my hand, and I was like, okay, yeah, these are alright, I guess. And then I saw that one that was obviously a lot thicker of a product because it's waxy instead of liquid. And I was like, oh damn, let's go with that one because I feel like it'll stay on a bit longer. Plus, the Sephora brand as a whole, all of the Sephora brand products were on sale, like an additional 20% off from like the holiday markdowns too. So I think it was regularly $30 and I paid $10 for it or something. Still a bit much for what it is and how long it'll last. But it's better to pay get it when it gets some kind of a deal on it. Okay, so my eyes are already starting to like melt down a bit, the eyeliner. But like I was saying, that's kind of the look that I'm going for, so it's okay. And for the rest of like on my face right now, I'm just going to use this tiny little mini Tarte creaseless concealer just to spot check because I've got a couple of spots. Okay, that should be fine right now. And then I need a brush for this. So I put some chicken for dinner tonight. I'm doing a buffalo pulled chicken. Just over top of rice. It's so good, so healthy for you, and so easy. That's the main reason why I'm cooking it, because there's like minimal effort on my end. All I had to do was throw in the crock pot, throw in a bunch of chicken tits and buffalo sauce. And then you turn that on low for, you can either do low for 8 hours or high for about 4 hours. But because, come on now, because I am I put in 8 chicken tits, which is kind of a lot. So I put it on low, and I put it on low, and then I set a alarm to check on that and kind of mix it up a bit more. Fuck me, I cannot breathe. So I'll check on that. Oh, wow. Wow. Not expecting that. Ah, shit. Shit. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, whatever. What was I even saying? I just put so much powder everywhere. Whatever. Normally I would only do 4 chicken tits and it'd be fine, whatever. But I did 8 this time because it's myself eating, my best friend, and then her boyfriend. And so I didn't want to like just have enough chicken, because I need to cook some for work and stuff too. Anyway, so I put 8 chicken tits in, and I can't do 2 things at once. I set an alarm. I put that in at about 10 a.m. and then I set an alarm for 2 p.m. so I can check it and stir it up. And then it should be done around 5-ish, I think. 5 or 6. Which is a lot earlier than I am used to eating dinner. If I'm going to be eating dinner, because I don't eat dinner all the time. Am I shiny in places that I don't want to be? A little bit right here and here. I don't like that. That's a lot. See, I'm learning, because I checked that time instead of just dousing my face with it. good enough. Yeah, so the Frank's Red Hot is usually, like the original, is usually what I would use. I'm just gonna talk like this from now on. Whispering is hard on me. I would normally use Frank's Red Hot, the original, but they've got the, like, Frank's Buffalo, obviously, but they also have, like, a creamy Frank's Buffalo. So I got one bottle of that, and then I used that entire bottle, and then I just topped it off with a little bit of the regular Frank's Buffalo. I was gonna do hot honey, but with the two of them eating, I went back to get more just to make sure that I would have, like, enough plus a bit, and I couldn't find it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll save that hot honey for something else. I've done hot honey ground beef before. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't wonder what it's gonna taste like, because it's not gonna turn out how you planned. Anyway, speaking of turning out, does my makeup look okay-ish? I think so. I just need a bit of a lip. I got this new makeup bag. I got it on Friday. It's just from Dollarama. But I'm annoyed. It didn't have a price tag on it. And so she went and grabbed just whatever. She just grabbed, like, a different one off the counter that was close to that one, but not the same. And what am I looking for? Anyway, and then, so this, like, it's a good size. I got this just for lips. So all of my lip pencils, lip liners, lip glosses, whatever, they're all in there. Anyway, that cost $4. And I was kind of annoyed at that. Because not only did, she, like, held up a line of people she was the only one on cash, and held up a whole line of people to go and see if she could find a similar one to scan. So I felt like an idiot. And I was, like, apologizing to the people next to me, or behind me in line. And this one guy, he was like, you don't need to apologize. It's not like Dollarama's gonna miss that. Like, why would she do that? I said, well, either way, you're waiting on me, and, I'm sorry. It's kind of a dink move. Anyway, so afterwards, I was like, okay, going forward, I don't know what I'm doing, but going forward, I'm just going to buy makeup bags. I'm gonna thrift them. Like, why am I buying brand new? It's just to hold containers. That's stupid. Somebody upstairs has the heaviest feet ever. Oh my god. Like, I'm pretty sure it's him, but I think it's her, actually. Does that look okay? I think so. Okay, so I'm not done. I didn't put any highlight on, actually. Let me do that real quick with my broken set. And I didn't put any mascara on. Why didn't you tell me? Here I am thinking that I'm done. Jeez, Jesus Christ. I like these fan brushes. This is by Paris Hilton, but I like the fan brushes for cheekbones. Why? And then I prefer where'd you go? I prefer the little like precision pencil ones for, you know, like the tip of your nose and stuff. And another spot that I really like to put highlighter, I don't know what that exact spot is. Not your Cupid's bow, but your Cupid's bow, you know what I mean? Like the two high points that go from the tip of your lips up to your nose. Whatever that is. I like to put highlighter on that whole like strip. So and then maybe a little bit up on your upper lip line. I don't know. It's like a highlight. Weird how that works, right? And the other thing that I forgot to do is, so I bought this stuff from its Essence as well, and it's Jelly Jewels. It's like a really compact glitter gel, if that makes sense. And I like to take that and just go underneath my eyelashes on the bottom lash line. Right where my iris would sit normally if you were talking to me. Just like pack a little bit of that on there. Same on the other side, but try to do it when you're sitting normal. And I bring that down a tiny bit. Because that mixed in with the glaze and the like glossy eyelid. It just, you know what I mean? Just makes your eyes sparkle. Anyway, I thought that this was going to be more of like a cream base glitter, you know what I mean? But either that or like a loose powder. It's neither. It's a gel. It's different. Mascara, that's what I need. I hate curling my eyelashes. I hate it so bad. And I don't know why I bother either, because they don't hold the curl. And I've seen recently, more so, I've seen a lot of girls using, actually, using hairspray on a spoolie and putting that on their eyelashes afterwards. Okay, well. There you are, James. Which, theoretically, it makes sense, because it's going to hold your hair, right? However, I had LASIK eye surgery 5 times. 5 times. The first time, they put a suction cup on your eye to hold it in place, and the pressure from that blocks everything out. Like, you're literally completely blind for 2 minutes for the surgery. So, but you can hear everything and you can smell everything. And if you've ever burnt your hair on a curling iron, that times 10 is what eye surgery, LASIK eye surgery smells like. I have a broken nose and I can't smell much of anything, but I could smell that. And then, so that's on the first time. And they do that one eye at a time. But they have the pressure cups on both eyes at once. And you're laying down on a table, the machine like comes over top of you kind of thing. Whereas every time after that, because you're at such a higher risk of problems and infection and blah, 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 it's totally different. That you go in to the same room, but the doctor says, okay, sit there and put your chin on this plate and hold still. And then he comes through the center with a scalpel in his hand, holds the back of your head with one hand, and cuts your eyeball open with a scalpel. So they can, after the initial surgery, where it's like both eyes at once, if you're getting both eyes done, every surgery after that, they can only do it one eye at a time. And the reason why I had 5 eye surgeries, it had nothing to do with LASIK MD where I got the surgeries done. It was just at about the 6-month mark, my eyes would just start to regress back to needing or having a prescription or needing a prescription. And on the last surgery that I had, they said, this is it. Like, we're running out of tissue to work with, so this is your last chance. If it doesn't work and it doesn't hold past the 6-month mark, then sorry, you're gonna have to go back to glasses and contacts. And I was like, okay, well, I did not come this far just to come this far. So go ahead, do the surgery, and I guess we'll hope for the best, obviously, and see what happens. So, I haven't had a eye exam. You're supposed to go annually after that. I haven't had an eye exam in a long minute. It's been a long time. But my eyes feel better. My vision is fine. So I'm not, if there's no problem, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my mindset. Where I know that, because the offices, they still want to make their money. So I know that if I were to go and get an eye exam and it were slightly off, they'd be like, well, we think that you should get glasses. It's like, no, I'm good. The mascara that I'm using right now is the Exaggerize by Charlotte Tilbury. And I don't know if it's... Oh, come on. I don't know if it's just because I'm using the little mini one and I've got long nails or what, but I'm finding it kind of a pain to use. But at the same time, I like how, it does make your eyelashes kind of bigger and fluffier. I don't think I bought this mascara. I think I got it probably around the holidays from spending like $600 there on other shit. Like, I do like Sephora, don't get me wrong, but probably 90% of my purchases there, I struggle to justify. However, it's a good thing that I'm single. I don't have any kids. And therefore, the only one that I really need to justify the purchase to is myself. Which, speaking of, so the other day, I'm in southern Ontario and it's been snowing and snowstorms and blah 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 for weeks now. We're used to this. And the other day at work, my boss and one of the other guys from the shop, they were talking about the weather, and they were talking about like how their winter tires were handling in the snow. Something stupid. And I laughed and I said, oh, I'm on bald wheel drive right now, guys. Like, my tires are so bald that they're almost slicks, like they're almost shiny. And the one guy stopped and he goes, well, when's the last time that you changed your tires? And I said, what year is it? It's 2026? And they're like, yeah. And I said, well, the car is a 2020 and I have not once changed the tires, other than when I got a flat and I had to swap the donut until I could pump it back up. You know what I mean? But I haven't put new tires on it. And they're both like, oh my God, how are you alive? And I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And my boss said, you're supposed to get winter tires, and you're supposed to get summer tires, and you're supposed to swap them. And I said, that's talking out of my tax bracket, and you should know this because you pay me. I don't have money for that. And he looks at me and he goes, you're wearing at least probably 2 sets of tires on your neck right now. And I said, my tattoos, that was only about $2,000. And he goes, how much do you think tires cost? And I said, probably about $1,600 to $1,800 per set. If you're doing all 4 at once, which, again, who's got the tax bracket money to do that? And they both laughed, and they were like, no, a brand new set of tires for your car. You're just driving a Ford. It's not like a Porsche or whatever. But they're like, no, a brand new set of tires for your car is like $800. I said, well, still, it's payday today and I don't have $800 to spend on tires, so I'm going to cruise around on my bald wheel drive until then. Anyways, and then I was telling my friend and her boyfriend about that, because he makes fun of me because I have to pump my one tire up like daily, because it's just riddled with holes and I'm stubborn. I don't care. I don't care enough. Anyway, and he looks at her and he was like, by the way, you're never getting in the car with her again, because one of her tires is just going to explode one of these days while she's ripping down the highway. And I was like, fingers crossed. Anyways, yeah. This is my makeup. I'm going to get changed and record some content, and then I think for later on this afternoon or evening to do a bit more content, and kind of like a wardrobe change. I'm gonna do like I don't know if I want to do like heavy black or if I want to add some kind of like plum and red eyeshadow in there. I'm not sure. I keep looking up because that's how I can see myself. Duh. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Be safe.